Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessing. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of time to tune in case these notifications ain't go out. For those who might have got notifications, apologies. I had to push the live stream back. I had to do some grocery packing and stacking, so nonetheless, we still in here. First things first, you already know, hopefully everybody having a blessed and productive Sunday. Hopefully everybody's had a good weekend so far and continuously having a blessed one. Those in the city, hopefully y'all been keeping yourselves indoors. Y'all know we just got some snow and some rain mix. And it been a little till just recently. But it is kind of cold outside. So if you have to be out there, make sure you bundled up. And make sure you keeping your health as preserved as possible, especially during this winter season. Ain't gonna lie, it's the first time New York City actually felt like a New York City. Actually got our winter back to the degree. Cool gamer, what's going on? Miss T, what's going on, baby? Appreciate everybody that tuned in yesterday for the conversation. Definitely was a good one. If you missed it, you could catch the replay. Apologies for those. I was supposed to do a little stream last night, but man, I got wrapped up in a few things, and your boy had to go to work. So, but today it's going to be a little different. For those who follow me on Twitch, like I said, today I'll definitely be back at 6. And apologies for those who was looking for the music yesterday. Just Wi-Fi was not trying to work with your boy. But yeah, yesterday was definitely a good conversation. That was, in my opinion, I felt it was more uplifting. Like today, yeah, I'm just going to rock out. Um, Before I go left, I forgot my mouth. There's one thing that kind of threw me off. I was watching a video on something, and one of the guys said something to me that I can't fully agree with. I get where he going with it, but I can't fully agree with it. Um, there's some people who would say blame all your OGs for the stuff that's going on there, and that's exactly what came out of the mouth. Blame all your OGs for everything that's happening right now. They created feminism. They created generational curses. Something else along the lines he said, and I'm just sitting there looking like you can't blame that on all the OGs. See, my version of the OGs are the ones who was actually standing on business as far as trying to be an influencer and even be, you know, a pillar of society, basically. Shays, what's going on, baby? No doubt, be safe on that road, baby. See, to some degree, I could kind of agree with him only because there are some OGs, quote unquote, who did mess the game up, who did give us the what we seeing now. You know, destruction, death, division. Some of those, yeah, they are the ones to blame for what's going on. But let's talk about the ones who actually did some stuff. Lady Shea Butter, what's going on, baby? Now let's talk about the OGs who actually was doing something for their communities, doing something for their family, and just keeping the all in all structure. Shoot, even some of those OGs was trying to combat the other ones who were trying to destroy. We don't talk about those ones, and when we do, you know, it seems like it rolls off of people's heads. Now, there's some things you could say blame your OGs for, but in the same token, you can't fully blame them because in the long run, some of y'all have a choice. You have a choice to follow that or choice not to. This is my thing though. Like I said, I kind of know where he was going with it to a degree. You know, now he's not far off as far as certain things being created, but you can't say that that was the OGs. And if you was going to say that's the OGs for some of the things he said, you got to blame the OGs that was in that government. How about that one? You still not trying to go deep into the realms of whatever, right? The OGs would be the ones that were creating and establishing some of the stuff we have today. And me in general, if you're gonna say blame the OGs, don't just say blame the men. Blame the women too, because some women have been the creation of some of the shit we seen too. It's a two-way street. See, the problem is we have those who did take accountability and have still taken accountability, even on the behalf of their people. And they don't necessarily have to do so, but nonetheless, they did it. If you're gonna sit there and have a dialogue, with some deep conversation in it, gotta make sure that number one, not so much you know what you're talking about, but make sure that you are calling it down the middle. Gotta look at all sides. That's a whole fact, Lady Shay. And shoot. And you gotta be honest, because there are some women who are part of that damn death and destruction because they riding behind those who are only for that. So we have certain situations that happen. You can't always just be quick. And this is the give me 1 second. Now again, you can't sit here and just blame one side. See, this is the thing when it comes to us men. They will be quick to make it like we are the main ones that are destroying. No, we're not the main ones that's destroying. And some of us are not even trying to destroy it. But we are being destroyed because of lack of knowledge and division. Oh, I don't blame you, Lady Shay. Because again, if you're not going to take the accountability, then you're not learning nothing, or you're not keeping it real. Got to be that way now. You got to look at all the facts and look at all sides before you just quickly come to a conclusion. You know what, Lady Shay? That part right there, I would say it's on both angles because again, it's coming from that side of the community. But then even them, most of them that I know, and most of the people that I've had little combos with from that side of the community, have even said that there's just some balances that should have never been broken. I kind of had a convo about that a while back. Again, I know people who are on the opposite sides of the fence, but they had a logic like most people. I'm not going to push nothing on nobody I don't need to push. And I'm definitely not going to sit there and try to keep them confused. There's a lot of different aspects. So if you want to say blame the OGs, you're right. Blame the OGs who put some of these programs into use. You can't blame all the OGs for what's going on right now as far as single parent homes and everything else neither. Because guess what? When we were together and connected, We got separated. Think about all the men who had to go to war and they left the women here to be the defenders of the household, children, even running some of the businesses and factories while mostly all the men were at war. And the men that didn't go to war, refused to go, you know what happened. They put them in jail. Wouldn't care what color you was. If you refused the draft or you refused it, especially around that time, World War II or even Vietnam, you see it for what it is. In my opinion, part of that feminist movement came from then. It was first, it was about just having the right to vote for the women. I could grant that. But then from there, it just went left. See, some of this shit we see now is just a clear example again on you can't just blame dudes for everything that's going on in the world right now. There's some of you who solely blame a man for damn near every little thing that's happening. No, can't do that. I honestly can't. Can I blame one person in the government, prime example, for everything that's going wrong? No. Can I blame a bunch of them, especially if they have been a part of that? Yes. I can't solely just say one person or one specific person is that issue. And I'm being honest with you. You know, I look at certain things and certain parts of history. Yes, I read and I look at shit real well, and I even decipher sometimes. And some of this stuff was bound to happen because that's how they planned it. At least in my opinion, that's how they planned it. What better way to break up the structure of the household, and especially when it comes to the melanated folks? What better way to do that than to send these men to war or send these men to jail or create a program to where they don't need the fathers in the house? Marlene, what's going on, baby? I already know if y'all just tuned in the like button. But you know, you gotta dig deep into that. See, and we done had people dig deep into it. Like, you know, it's the truth. Some of these was created because they didn't want destruction no more. They know when it comes to, and I'm gonna say it because I gotta speak some of this, and this is for my people, this is for my melanated people. They will sit here and act like they didn't force those households to be broken in the first place. But you quick again to say, oh, it's the men that's not being responsible, it's the men that's doing this. No, now don't get it twisted. Throughout the course of history, yes, we have had irresponsible men. But what about again the big number of men who were doing what they were supposed to be doing or going accordingly the way they thought they was going according, and it didn't work? Again, what about the men who got pushed out the households, the ones who were actually doing what they were supposed to be doing? One thing they don't delve into is that let's think about this. And I'm speaking again for my melanated folk. Most of y'all went to war. Whoever refused it, we know you was in jail. So at some point, you face some sort of psychological trauma. Because who the hell really wants to be in jail because they refuse to do something that they feel they don't need to do? The ones that came back from war, guess what? They came back to nothing. And now I'm not just going to say it as far as my melanated folk, I'm saying it in general. Everybody that went to war one way or another, they came back to nothing. I'm good, Marlene. Wishing they would shut up. But you hear all this already. Wish they would shut up already. Been kind of quiet all yesterday since it was snowing. Don't start making no noise now. It's gonna stop. Shut up! My bad, y'all. You're gonna hear me spaz out in a minute. Welcome to New York City. You know, that's what I'm saying. If you want to revisit something, let's revisit how most of these men came home from the war, shell shocked, physically or mentally disabled. Like some people didn't even make it home. Some people did not get a chance to make it back to their families. So they don't want to look deep on that. There's no way you can say that the family structure just became to be that way. Lady J, what's going on, baby? Oh shoot. 755, what's going on, baby? See you up in here running down from the 99 to 2000, baby. See, there's some people that I listen, I don't mind you having debates, talks about certain things in history, you know, because everybody has different views and opinions, but everybody also has different knowledge. But some of that knowledge, whether it's different or not, it still leads to the same road. The same road is you can't blame the OGs for what's going on in society. Again, you can only blame some of them. Now, if you want to talk about from the gang banging side of it, then yeah, some of the OGs are the problem. And again, you can't say all of them are the problem because some was actually doing what they were supposed to be doing again, as far as trying to be the protectors of the community, keeping certain things out, which they was doing. But then again, guess what happened? We know what happened in the 80s. We know damn well what happened in the 80s. So let's not act like that wasn't the problem right there too. There are many different key aspects to why certain things are happening. But you have to dig deep into that. You have to. Um, when it comes to us, they try to make it seem like men just did whatever and then just left. No. And I would even break it down to modern situations right now. You got people who, again, the families are broken up because look what was taught, look what was programmed into our brain. So if you want to be technical, some of us men and women have been programmed in certain ways. There's some who figured this is the reason why, but that's not the case. They fed us that stereotypical madness, basically. Us melanated folk, we just got to be loud, obnoxious, rude, super ratchet, super irresponsible, careless, and just violent, right? I beg to differ because we got to be probably the most warm and the most peaceful people to a degree. We just don't tolerate a lot of peanut butter and jelly BS, which I would assume anybody would. You think I'm gonna allow somebody to keep saying and doing certain things, especially if I'm in the vicinity? No, something's gonna have to be done. We already know 755, baby. Appreciate you for doing what you know. Don't worry, I still got that stuck in my mind from the other night. Shout outs to Word, man. But this is what I'm saying. We gotta dig, not just by bits and pieces, but we gotta dig, period. Gotta dig, period. And whatever we thought we knew, or whatever info we thought we had, we better make sure that that's the exact damn info before we just go off the deep ends with it. Serious, what's going on, baby? Again, like when it comes down to the household, that's another piece of why the family structure is broken. Because again, look at the people who had to go to war. Look at the people who was locked up. Even you had people who were sitting in jail, prime example, for crimes they didn't commit. So that's already leaving somebody at a default. James, what's going on, my guy? Well, you gotta think about it. If I got a family, if you put me in jail for a crime I didn't commit, I'm basically sitting up. My family is at a critical moment. Even with my significant other being strong and knowledgeable and being able to do what she do, you still need the man figure right there because there's gonna be things she not gonna be aware of. There's gonna be things that she probably not gonna pick up on that a man would pick up on. This is why I said the common balances come together. Let's keep it real. This some of this feminist attitude, prime example, is another reason why we are getting some of the chaos and misery we see in the day life in the community and around the world. You're not going to sit there and open your eyes to that. That attitude of I don't need you at all. Um, that's something that really shouldn't be implemented. Because again, like I said the other day, and I'm gonna keep saying that you act like we don't need each other at the end of the day. Like come with this notion because with some of y'all feminists, it is about financials. It is about just you wanting to be the dominant one and in control. But that don't always work. And I'll be honest with you, 755. Look, there's multitudes of reasons why the structure is the way it is now. And again, I'm gonna say it even down the middle. Because I've seen some people from the opposite sides and other nations do almost the same shit that we see in our own community. Instead of you trying to work and build together, especially if you got kids involved, you'll go against each other and it becomes a war. Doesn't need to be a war because at the end of the day, guess who's going to be affected? The ones that you're bringing up. Now, again, we know some people probably made some mistakes. All right, and now they corrected themselves. But in the same token, you got to think your integrity should be over your pride. Your safety and your well-being should be over your pride. Shay, I'll be honest with you. Look here. I'm a man that cold shit down the middle. It's on both ends. I'm sorry. Now again, because it'll almost go to the same thing. Oh, it's just no, it's not just us. And again, we can't people like me and a few other ones, we can't speak for those who were irresponsible. Because we not irresponsible people. It's a two-way street. Because even when somebody is trying to lead, how can they lead if you're trying to overthrow what they're doing? See what I'm getting at? I believed in that notion and still believe in it that behind every great man is a great woman. I grant that. But you can't have a great woman behind you if she's snaking you one way or another. Can't have a great woman behind you if she's not letting you lead the way you're supposed to be leading. Come on now. Like I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not taking nobody's side when it comes to the irresponsible side because we got men and women out there who are both irresponsible, having kids and won't take care of do anything. Some do the drug habits, some do the just they still just want to be out and about. It's look here. I can attack this from multiple ways on why the structure kind of messed up. But the main ones we seem to come across is you can't blame everybody for everything that's going on. That's one thing I do believe. You could blame certain ones for things that were implemented that messed us up. But then we also got to take accountability for ourselves now because, again, some of these things happened eons ago. We had multiple chances to break the cycles. But again, lack of knowledge, division, and just sheer ignorance, we lost. Silverback, what's going on, my guy? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, look, I'm always going to call sun down the middle. I'm not being judgmental on nothing that I bring to this table. And I want everybody that's even new here to understand that. I'm just bringing a real healthy conversation because I'm thinking at it from a logical standpoint. There's certain things that could be broken. But again, it's about who you placed energy in, who you placed in your investment in. If I'm prime example going out being irresponsible, going out, I'm laying up with different women, and I done messed up, and now I done got a couple of them pregnant. Who is at fault? Is it them or is it me? Essentially, it would be me because I was supposed to wrap up, right? But then it would be them too because if they already got a gist of me or thought they had a gist of me, right? They would have had to been smart about that. So again, I'm just breaking that down like down the middle. It's a two-way street. The blames on certain things cannot be always just placed on one. It has to be both. See how I do that there? I ain't judging and doing nothing. I'm really having a conversation like I would be having with my peoples outside right now if I was outside. This ain't nothing different. Yeah, I'm cutting up, doing whatever, but I'm gonna bring something up that I feel we really need to tackle. Prime example, and I'm gonna say this right. In certain instances, I'm gonna break this down characteristically. Like, listen, we got kids. You decide you want to leave, you want to do whatever, and I'm still trying to make it work. Or if you just decide to do whatever, and we end up breaking up, or we end up separating at some point, whose fault would that be to a degree? You decide you want to go out, you want to keep being out and about. Some of your movements have changed to some degree, or better yet, you decided you don't want to be here. See, where some people mess up at is guess what? If you don't want to be there, you wouldn't have been there in the first place. That's why it's called sitting down at the table at time. You want to be technical, guess what? You want to be factual. There are a lot of different things happening right now, and some of it is our fault, and we all ain't taking accountability for it. We can't take accountability for the actions and everything that took place back then, what we could do or what we could have been starting to do. But I feel like every time we do start to do it some way or another, we start getting shut down. Time to start really strengthening the numbers again. One thing I am going to say is that I know another reason, and I feel another reason why. It's because it's just the temptation right there. For a lot of them, it's the temptation. I know I got the opportunity to do this, and I probably could get away with it. I'm gonna get away with it. Oh shoot, Susan, what's going on, baby? I didn't even see you pop up in here. My bad, baby. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like you, some of you just gotta learn to have some sort of self control. That's how it begins. Now, going back to what I was saying earlier, the whole part of that I Am Woman, Hear Me Raw movement, I'm sorry to say it that way, was supposed to be for some sort of empowerment, I believe. But in the same token, a deliberate plot to try to keep certain minds or keep people's minds on a basic training course, basically, because this is what they basically training. They basically training your ass that this is how society is and will always be, and that's how you're supposed to just accept it. Eh, it sounds good to some degree. So in some instances, it is what it is. Others, it's not. Not going to tell me that you're going to break up your own household, man or woman. You're not going to break up your own household, especially if you have kids involved. You're not going to break it up for not so much as temptation. Forget just temptation. You're not going to break that apart for petty nonsense, arguments, disagreements. Now, I believe like this: if there's a certain level of dignity right there, the smallest problem y'all can sit down and just talk. Just gotta have cooler heads. And again, stop allowing outside interference. That's one thing y'all gotta do. Stop allowing outside interference to mess up a balance if that's the case. But again, I will ultimately say you just gotta be mindful of who you choosing to bed up with and have a family with. And if it's not gonna be where you think it's gonna be before you even make that further step, you need to catch yourself. It's really about consistency. And the consistency level is really just being strong on all fronts, no matter what is being pushed in front of you. Doesn't matter if it's propaganda or not. That is one sheer way to start changing or correcting a certain balance. No, and that's the thing though. Critical judgment when it's needed. Like, you know what? Put this together and I realized this is more important than anything. Y'all would both have to sit there and talk. Now, again, I'm going to be honest with you. I will go back to that main overall statement about saying blame the OG. Well, for those OGs who actually went and served for the country, or the ones that stood against it, and even those who couldn't do either or, the main thing I can say is that they was hardworking. They definitely was doing what they needed to do, and they believed in the core value of family and unity and strength. Those ones got dealt some of the craziest hands in life. So do we blame them too? And they actually stood up for what they needed to stand up for? Can't do that. Think about them that came home, like I said, shell shock. Just imagine a man can't sleep, a man can't do certain things because they traumatized, shell shock. They still reliving every moment of them being on the battlefield, especially if it got thick and heavy. We not thinking about that. That right there, just the training alone sometimes will start the process of warping your brain. Think about those who got honorable discharges, prime example, but they can't function right now. Like it's nothing for them to do. They probably done lost family, or their family structure ain't where it was. Let's be honest. Like, think about that long stretch of time within that time that those men were to war, and it was really just the women left. Yeah, I go deep sometimes. Just think about it on that level. I can imagine that was a lot to bear with. I ain't saying it ain't, but it's the problem that once the men came back, it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same feel to a degree. Just imagine if you was a woman dealing with a man at that time coming home from war, and they suffered extreme shell shock. I mean, jumping out they sleep, like really how a person would be on the battlefield, and you don't know what's going on. You can't diagnose nothing really. I'm talking about well back at that time. I dig deep in certain parts of history, at least the main parts that I know for a fact to be real. Just imagine that. Imagine how some of the men must have felt not knowing that they had they just had a mental breakdown at that point in junction. They just had a moment of psychosis that didn't look good. Could have possibly hurt or killed somebody, right? How you think they feel? Or how you think they felt? Certain things in life that we know are going to cause that. But some you just got to stop falling for that same trap. You want to keep your structure together, you have to be able to sit down and go through every possible option to do so. And if it's not going to be, then I would still say, for the sake of everything, just at least have a common ground to know, all right, well, we know how to still keep the structure like nothing happened. Whether we still together or we separate, don't matter. Because again, it's about the family, it's about the structure, especially the ones who will be the next. You know, this is the problem. The main problem I've always felt is that sometimes you just don't let nature be its cause. Let it be its cause, damn it. Riaz, what's going on, my guy? Like, there's some things you just should never delve or involve yourself in. And if you're going to do so, uh, we see the outcome sometimes. And again, and it's ending up with the vision. Vision, lack of knowledge, lack of strength, lack of unity. It's going right back to the same old, same old. Every time you think you get something good going, something brings it down. Understandable, understandable. Certain things in life ain't gonna always go the way you want it to go or you think it should go. You know that. But for the things you know you really could be trying to fight on, why not fight on? Especially if it is for the betterment of your home, betterment of your structure. Be honest with you, I've always felt on a different level, even when it come down to relationships and accountabilities in relationships, right? There's some of you who are causing your own infrastructure to crumble because of the decisions you make. Not gonna be honest. I'm not gonna be funny with you. I would call it both ways. Some of you fellas are not out there thinking clearly, especially when you do got son. Some of you women, same thing. Like I said, because it take two to make a family, right? Get where I'm going with this? Again, it's about choices that you're making. Carefully not making the right choice. You shouldn't make it in the first place. This is how you somewhat eliminate some of that quote unquote generational curse. Knowing more about yourself, having more dignity about yourself, more spirit and more, you need that. You need that encouragement. You got to get yourself so you can get right with everything else. This is what I'm saying. You're supposed to be able to move forward. If I find my significant other and me got to be on the same wavelength, right? That's how some of y'all would say it. We would have to literally have a lot. And even if we don't have certain things in common, which is always common in every relationship or marriage, that shouldn't be a determining factor on just moving away or doing anything else along those lines that could be impactful. All right, we might not like certain things. You might like going to do this type of event. I don't, but I'll still go do it with you, and vice versa. And it's not I'm doing it because I feel I have to do it because I need to do it. There's things that you need to do to keep everything in order. Not what you want to do. When you do what you want to do, trust me, is what we get a little bit of what we keep saying. There are some people who really do love deep. Some people who really feel that if they have what they have, look, let me get this far with you and I find out this is a fluke. Riders, what's going on, baby? Yeah, and that's exactly what I was saying, Susan. Again, it's about compromising on both ends. It is. It really is, though. Man, I spoke about this recently. You don't have to sacrifice who you are. You can compromise. Nothing wrong with that. Because guess what? It wouldn't matter. We all ain't gonna like the same things. Dee, what's going on, baby? Again, you might like to play pool, prime example. I don't like to play pool, but I'll still go with you. I'll still go do whatever with you, and vice versa. You might not like going to sporting events, but you're gonna go anyway because whatever. That's how it literally is supposed to be. We doing compromise. All right, I know you. All right, okay. You might not like I do this, but all right. Everything else is still intact because you got to remember the core reasons why you came together in the first place. Because again, if you are supposed to be quote unquote connecting all this other crap, how can you connect if the pieces ain't right? You should have the right pieces in the right mind to just know what's for you. But I would say for the most part, going back to the main topic at hand from earlier, that structure never gets broken if some of these things don't occur, right? Yeah, this is just for an opinion right now. Let's say those wars don't happen. Think the family structure would still be intact as far as the generations is concerned? I feel it would be. You go dig deep down in history from then, you'll see what it is. It's two-way street, prime example. Now, we know again we done been programmed with certain stuff. But in the same things that was programmed in us, we can unprogram that. Especially if we know where we are reaching within. If they don't fit right, don't sit right, why be around? Why include it? You know? Another way to keep that structure or at least regain that structure where it was at before is at least again sitting down and coming to some sort of agreement and a common ground on things. Because there are gonna be things you talk about, there's gonna be things that you bring to the table. Some could be for the good, some could be for the bad. You never know. But if you don't talk about it, if y'all don't present it, and if y'all don't at least bounce ideas off or at least come somewhere to some sort of conclusion, everything ain't gonna be the way you think it's gonna be. I mean, you look at the structure back then before any of those wars presented themselves. We pretty much had a balance in the world, if you want to say that, regardless to anything. Joe, what's going on, baby? You got to be honest with yourself. Look at that. It really was happening. Everybody was at least where they needed to be. I ain't gonna lie to you. Um, Again, I kind of agreed with what he said, but I would agree with it from the other standpoint. The ones who turned around and messed stuff up, hey, I can't say nothing about that because this was before my time, right? But from the outside looking in, I could say there was some even on that side that was trying to do the right thing. So you can't blame it on them. You gotta blame what happened in between that structure too. Um, yeah, that drug game was something serious. But just something to think about, something to present. Ain't nothing wrong with getting different views and opinions on that. And that's what I'm saying. And even bringing the actual facts is that look, regardless to what uh, we've always survived and we've always been able to do with and make things happen. Not going down no rabbit hole paths or nothing like that today. I'm just giving a clear visual to some. Not gonna lie, it goes both ways. You could blame some of the stuff that happened on some of the people, right? But where does that leave us as a whole? The ones who are still able to make that change. Gotta take accountability as well too. The minute you wake up to that realization, you'll figure that out. I've always felt, yeah, life is just a psychological game. What game in your mind? That's up to you. However you see the game in life, it's up to you. But it's more about what you create and bring into that reality. The sad reality about it, it's on both ends. So the same way we would blame the people that let certain things happen or allowing things to happen, we would have to be the same ones to take accountability because we ain't stopping it. Nonetheless, you know, I felt that was kind of interesting. See, that's the thing. They don't realize that most people can have a general conversation on damn near everything, right? And don't necessarily got to go to the bad or go left. Yeah, sometimes it might get a little heated because, everybody does have different views and opinions on how certain things came to be or what it produced out there so far. Grant that. But again, it was never about the emotional part of it. It's more about the passion because some people are passionate that they really have the knowledge and the truth. And in some instances, on both ends, it could be actual factual. It could be different. But if it came to that same road and conclusion again, okay, well, we figured that out. At least we know we had different parts of history that we could say actually led to these same common grounds right now. And why we seeing and going through things we're going through. And again, it's more about the vision and the distractions. One thing, if you just eliminate all of that and focus, and solely focus on what's needed to be focused on, trust me, you'll get a you'll get a different visual on things. Oh, uh, I would again say for those who really do have the right people around them, don't push them away from you. And don't take nothing for granted either. If you are fortunate enough to fix certain situations, that right there begins to change. It happens in small dosages. Hey, look, if you want to be technical on both ends, look how the world has changed drastically throughout the course of history, even with the history we've been presented, and even with the recent history we have come across or found, right? There's still more out there. Trust me, there's definitely still more out there. But in that same token, I look at it. Little by little, we done lost a little bit of everything. We done lost resources. We done lost. Come on, we done lost damn near half of the stuff that we thought we really should have had. We lost that, and we still losing it little by little. Freedoms of speeches. Let's keep it real. Freedom of expressions, freedom of just anything. We losing that little by little. You might not want to believe it, but I believe it. To a degree, you can't say or be who you really want to be because you gotta worry about being sensitive. You have to worry about not provoking or not harming nobody. But in the same token, that right there is even a form of No. Some people just want to stand their ground on things. Me being one of them. I might have different views and opinions on what's going on in the world, but then there's also facts within everything I've been saying. Doesn't matter how you cut the cake. Uh, it's just solely about really uniting on the right path. And if you're going to do so, make sure you uniting with the right people on all levels. Even when it comes down to your relationship, make sure that you are with that. Make sure you with that one. My opinion, that would be one way to bring back the structure of a complete family. Again, we know some just ain't gonna listen to reason. We ain't talking to those ones. Talking to the ones that actually still have time to fix and do what needs to be done. James Money, what's going on, my guy? I already know if y'all just tuned in at the like button. If y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. 1 second, y'all. But this is what I'm saying though. If you're gonna put blame on one, you gotta take accountability for some too. Again, you just gotta have a solid mind on the battlefield in life. And there's some things we can't take accountability for because we wasn't there in that era to do anything. But we in the era where we could make it happen. Or at least get back to a peaceful common ground. Everybody got what they want. Everybody can just keep the balance going. It's just my view and opinion on it. But within that, you did hear some facts though. In life, everybody has to take accountability for some of the curses that are being played into the world right now. So it's not just solely on one specific group. Everybody got to take that. Your vessel in life is supposed to have all the right critical pieces and tools that are necessary to keep the balance going, right? So why not just keep including all the right pieces? Some things just might not be for you. No matter how much you try to incorporate, might not be for you. Again, just getting back to solidarity in your mind and getting back to that clear visual of peace, harmony, and growth. But again, you would have to think logically and not emotionally. Certain emotions are what cause and create things you don't want to have to go through. The opportunities to make things right, even if it is with people, right? On any grand scale of things, that's what you all supposed to do. Have those conversations. Get an effective communication, effective listening, logical and critical thinking, and just great decisions. Best possible way to break anything that might have been broken. So you are essentially who you're supposed to be. I would say keep your mental peace at all aspects. And if you're having tough times as far as you need those people to lean on and talk to, please do so. Nonetheless, just something to think about for the day. But I honestly felt that way and still feel that way. Had certain things not transpired the way it did, I don't believe we would be that bad off. Oh shit, I broke my damn it. Well, it's broke. Bad, y'all. You know me always multitasking. You know, you gotta be prepared. And I mean be prepared to fight the most critical fights in life. It's solely about defending the pride and the honor of the family, right? For most of y'all, it should be. There's certain things that at any cost you might just have to make the calculated decision just to either eliminate something or even push further into something, depending on what it is. If it's on the right path, family will be intact. I've always believed that. But again, I've always felt the numbers was always working with us. Then it started to work against us, still working against us to this day. But I believe that at some point it'll come right back to fruition of working back with us. Basically, just process of elimination in life. Nonetheless, though, let's again just start within ourselves, loving ourselves, caring for ourselves. Then we could be in a better state. I want to say on one level, on a different note, there are some people out there who need to really be careful in the decisions that they make as far as their relationships or even things they might try to be getting into. And I'm speaking on both sides again. I'm always calling things down the middle. For you fellas out there, if you are solely trying to find something, right, you want to make sure that that person that you are trying to find is who it is. And if you decide to go somewhat deep, and I mean deep into, you better make sure that's exactly what you want. But before it even gets that far again, you need to make sure that that's what you want. And I mean on all levels. Women, same thing. I've seen some things that just it really makes me scratch my brain. Because my thing is, if you don't want these things, why go for it? Yeah, you know, Miss T, baby, I ain't gonna hold y'all but for so long. I'm only gonna hold y'all but a little bit longer. That's about it. I just mostly want to just bounce that off and see what the hell the people thought about it. Can you seriously blame the OGs for everything? I would solely say there's two different types of OGs in the game. Those ones that stand on the righteousness regardless to what's going on. And no matter what part of life they on, the ones that stand by morals, codes, and ethics, those ones I can't blame for what's going on now. That's a whole fact, serious. That's why I'm saying, like, when you look at and break down some of the things in society right now, that's part of the reason why. Like I'm gonna say for my fellas out there, if you know you don't seek a thick woman or a big woman, let it be known. Or not even let it be known. You know what you like, go get it. But then again, can't be picky neither. And I would say the same thing for women. Can't be picky. You also gotta make sure that person is for you. Because there's certain situations where, it could be, but then there's certain things that again have been programmed that will be our detriment sometimes. Now, if you're in a relationship or even in a marriage, we know that people are going to make advances at times. The problem with some people is that they actually go through with those advances. So you can't say that you seriously down with somebody if it takes the simplest thing to pull you away. It is about the morals and the standards on that notion. Uh oh. Sound like Cujo, somebody about to fight outside. Uh oh. Dog fight. My bad. I ain't mean to be nosy. Oh. But it is. Let's keep it real. Also, I would say another situation, and that one needs to be tackled. In all cylinders, you don't necessarily have to go left. You don't need to. There's some of y'all who go ape shit when you find out somebody cheating on you. There's no need for all of that. Again, you putting the wrong type of negativity and stress on your brain and in your spirit and on your mind. On that. That's energy being wasted on that. You know, because there are going to be some people that think they found something or think that they got something right now, and it might not be what it is on that notion. Cat Daddy, what's going on, my guy? Happy New Year to everybody that might have just been pulling in for the day. If I didn't get to you already. But again, it's just solely about decisions. You know, everybody is entitled to their wants and needs, right? But it's solely about the balance. You want a good man or you want a good woman, then you need to make sure you're right within yourself before you can end up doing anything. I ain't saying nothing out the ordinary, just keeping it a buck with you. It really should just be about loyalty, honor, respect, and everything else along that line. The exterior features ain't always that because you could be pretty today and down the line you could be barely noticeable, and vice versa on both ends. Again, if you know what you want, know what you need to be on your job. I can't say nothing different. And I ain't gonna lie, I call it down the middle because some of you men and women who have been literally tripping because of certain situations. Thing about this dating game slash whatever game getting into where you need to get to. First of all, my honest opinion, again, you will have to sit down and talk and know somebody. And not bear everything, but at least have a conversation. Only you will know exactly what you want and need within that instance. Because again, it is solely your decision. Am I supposed to place myself with somebody that I know probably been for the streets and still for the streets? No. And I'm saying that on both angles. Some of you men making careless decisions, and some of you women are doing the same thing. And what's ending up happening at some point again? Children being created. I'm just giving my view and opinion from the outside looking in. Oh, I know that part serious. I know that. And then there are ones who don't. They just, they might make a careless decision once and they'll learn from that. Or they might make a decision that they thought was good and could have been wrong. I can't blame you for that. Everybody makes some sort of wrong decision in life, but it's about what you learn from that and how you move forward. Prime example, if things just didn't work out, prime example, shouldn't be hating each other. You definitely shouldn't resent each other because again, you were together. It's just about not losing track, basically. Don't lose track of time. Don't lose track of reality. Definitely don't lose track of your mind. Definitely don't need that. Just again, let things flow naturally the way you're supposed to. And I feel you would be all right. Again, you know what you want as far as your morals and your standards is concerned with somebody, and you are entitled to that. Because essentially, it is again who you put in your life, who you trying to build a life with, right? So just make sure you're making that right decision. Some signs will always present itself. Again, that's why it's called keeping that third eye open. You already know Shay, baby. Catching up with the chat, my bad. Now you right. You right on that one. But I would say in this instance, on any level, even if you have made a mistake and now you either restarting life or you just doing whatever it is you're doing, right? Again, just let things flow naturally. Don't rush a process, but you go out there and get what you need. Go out there and get what you definitely need. You know, it is solely about that. But if you haven't made a mistake, you got to make sure you don't make none. And I mean the mistakes that could cost you something good. 'Cause there's some who are kicking themselves and crying right now because they had something that messed it up. Certain temptations and certain things in life that will definitely catch you off guard. But if you claim you really are with somebody, you love them, and you've been with them at least more than 2, 3, I don't care how long it's been that you've been with them. Anything, in my opinion, over 2 years is damn near all right. Well, what we doing after that? Or at least that's how some people think. I don't know. Everybody is different. You really have to take the time to know somebody before anything. If that person is giving you that right type of build, that right type of confidence, and also that solidarity, hey, better do everything you can to make sure it work out. Again, make sure that's what you want. 'Cause I'll be honest with you, love comes in many different ways, shapes, and forms. The same thing with reality. You got to realize that time is of the essence. You not just got to want better for yourself, but for the better of your future. For those, like I say, just stop falling for the trap and the temptation. Especially if you do got something grand or you got something that is definitely a red gem. Commander, what's going on, baby? Whoop, whoop. Peace, solidarity in life. Yeah, it comes. It comes the way you need to come. There's some who are going to be blessed off the rip. You're going to have those who they're going to go through the little fire just to find what they need and definitely get what they want. But when you do get what you want, You gotta make sure you producing the same type that you're supposed to be producing. Hammer, what's going on, baby? You know, there's some of you who make too many demands, but in the same token, you're not you're not giving nothing back in return. That right there could cause a problem. Again, just have a balance on things. The one thing to remember is that even if you think you got something grand, don't be too overbearing and too over obsessive neither. That right there is not a good look. I hear you serious. Look, everybody gonna have something different on that. Because again, everybody wants something different. We all ain't the same. The main thing that makes us the same is that we just want that same love, that same value, and just that same peace. Word, what's going on, my guy? Papa Will, what's going on? What's going on? You already know, just messing around with some things, you know that already. Or continuously messing around with things too, you know that already. You know, again, it's solely about going after what you want and making sure that's what you want. And if it's not something that you want, then don't go after it. You never know how that person could take things, especially if it goes deep. So it's just about decisions in life, for real. It's being more responsible in that. You already know a word. Now I'm messing with a whole bunch of different things on here, man. Wait a minute. Speaking of which, I know what time it is. My bad, y'all. Let me. I'm back. I think I'm back. Now there's more of those on the way and working on a few things. But more and more though, for real though. I'm speaking to both men and women. If you know what you want, you go after what you want. But you better make sure it's also giving you what you need. Peace, closure, comfortability, unity, love, all of that. That's what you're supposed to go for, right? D, don't start encouraging nothing, man. See what I'm talking about? Coming here with that. See? No doubt, Pop. That's what's up. Congratulations, my guy. Matter of fact, I'm tired of this. Man. I want to stop. Well, I'm back. I'm back, man. Definitely appreciate you for dropping those links, serious baby. Working harder than Master P and No Limit Soldiers, baby. And if some of y'all haven't, make sure you definitely hitting those channels and those links. Definitely great content creators, great people. Like again, prime example, if you don't want nobody that's big, then don't go after nobody big. And it's not nothing personal. If that's just what you want or you desire, okay. But then again, you shouldn't just look at the exteriors again. Again, your love, your peace of mind, and everything, yeah. It could come in many ways, shape, and form. It's solely about just opening your eyes to it. You already know Shay Baby. But all in all, they'll just had to come in here and chop it up with the people. Um, and again, apologies. I was trying to do some music last night, but yeah, yeah. You know the weather don't like me out here. You know that already. But I think I might be able to do something today. Let me see how this pan. I'm still trying to find out something from yesterday. Might need to know about this. Give me 1 second, y'all. Um, damn it. That's not what I was looking for. Forget it. I'm gonna stop checking my emails, man. Stop checking my damn email. Getting on my never nothing I'm looking for. But nonetheless, though, again, just have that right mindset. Things you desire in life, things that you need in life, shouldn't come with a heavy price. Again, just keep yourself in a good standard of things. Whatever floats your boat, just make sure that boat keeps y'all afloat. Other than that, I think I pretty much said what I need to say today. I think I pretty much said what I need to say. Again, just not a preachable moment, it's a teachable moment. And for those who might have just been coming in, you could catch the replay. Sorry, y'all, my scalp hurt. Trying to make sure my Wi-Fi is intact. Oh, we're gonna definitely come in here. We're gonna definitely come. For those who ain't following me on Twitch, please make sure you're doing so. Cause that's where the phone will be. Tanya, what's going on, baby? I ain't gonna lie to you. I like this. I like. I like this damn conversations here. I do feel it do lead somewhere, and then we can start digging to the core of things. I think this is what we need to do. Sit down and have those talks at a table. And then from there, we move the ball forward. I hear you. It's been a busy Sunday. It finally started raining out here, I think. Think it might finally be safe to walk this peasant. Cause I'm man. But nonetheless, though, just was a just little bounce off for the people. I can't fully say. I'm going back to the main part of this live. I can't fully say I blame all the OGs. I can't. I could blame those who just allowed things to happen. And even still, that blame does nothing because we would still have to blame ourselves in the same instance. Don't let that message go over your head. Oh, you lucky, Tanya. Shoot. Man. At least it finally stopped raining, but I know it's probably brick ass outside. It's time to fake bundle up like an Eskimo. Serious, don't talk to me like that, man. Matter of fact, that's it. Matter of fact, no. Let me see which part of the eulogy you was gonna get. We got baby eulogy over here. He, yeah. I don't know about him. I don't know about him. He might go off the rails. He might go. Then you got Pappy eulogy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he did good right now. BB, don't be sitting over there. You next. Nah, you know it's all love over here. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, some things in life don't necessarily. I just wish some people would stop learning the hard way. But I can't control nothing. I could just say from an instance, you can't continuously make the wrong decisions in life when it comes to your relationships and what you're doing with that too. James, you lucky. Man. Oh, you sure you don't want baby eulogy? Come on now. Come on now. Look. He looking for you. Come on now. Which one of y'all gonna claim him? Which one of y'all gonna claim him? Oh, don't worry, Tanya. You laughing? I know you laughing in the background. Just remember. Oh, matter of fact, yeah, I'm coming in your chat just like this, and I'm in the club. Don't worry. Definitely tell y'all now for real reasons. Yeah, come get little baby eulogy. Come get him. Yeah, in fact, I do that after the live. I got time. I got time. I'm petty. I know for some of y'all, I've been getting crazy with these. There's more coming. It's definitely more coming. Don't worry about that. No, but shout out to everybody that's been a real inspiration and a part of this growth. Even for those who are just coming into the fold. And again, I ain't gonna present nothing different than what I need to present. Just something real that the people need to feel, and that's it. I ain't doing no judging. I ain't got time for that. If I'm judging anything, I'm judging some food, judging some good old haberdasheries. I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say because I know I gotta follow policies, right? Can't say and do what I want to say and do now. I'm glad I kept this damn. I mean, I'm glad I kept this avatar up. I think at some point everybody gonna get both. Hey, trying to avoid that. Oh man, because some of the things I've seen, like I said, I'm not judging. I just felt it ain't worth it. That's what made me laugh about it. Start thinking logically again on both sides of the game. Just think logically. Appreciate you, Shade Baby. I definitely got to catch your replay from last night. I'm gonna start on a few things. And definitely shout outs word. That shit was fire last night. Again, definitely some good people up in here. That's what I'm gonna continue to keep bringing, whether the other people like it or not. Society. I know. Stay safe on the road, baby. Nah, nobody endured it. I just know when I come in the club from now on, this the part I don't want to be at. I don't want to be looking like this. I really don't want to be like this. This is gonna make my scalp hurt, y'all. That means there's too many damn mathematical equations going on in my scalp piece. I'm seeing through the bullshit without seeing through the bullshit. Yeah. Nonetheless, though, there's more on the way. Nah, he ain't getting me, James. You still heard me while I was man. Oh man. Told you to leave me alone, man. Nobody want to listen, right? Nobody want to listen, right? But again, even when you come in here, this is what you're gonna get. You ain't gonna get some real stern talks. I'm a drill sergeant, but I'm just a regular person at the end of the day. Don't worry about that. Just giving you something to think about. Can't tell you how to live life. Just giving you the perspectives from the outside looking in. And I'm always cold things down the middle. Society. Society. Oh, I'm back. I gotta go back to this one. Just for a little bit. But nonetheless, though, I just wanted to have this little convo with the people. And again, I will be back tonight around 6, give or take. For those that are following me on Twitch, please make sure you're doing so. We're gonna have this rock out. Oh yeah, there's more of those coming. Don't worry. There's more of those coming. Nah, Papa Will, that's why I'm a body slam and give a eulogy look. Look at the damn avatar, man. I, 'Cause- 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 There's too many of these right now. I'm working on. So for those who think I ain't in the chats, I'm in the chat. I'm multitasking as always. No. Um, I could be bringing something tonight, depending. But as far as the other festivities, I'm gonna be on Twitch today. So, like I said, I'll be back around 6, definitely. 3 o'clock your time, pops. No, I'm back. I'm back. I had to get him on. I had to get my best eulogy suit ready. Just in case. No, that's what I'm saying, pops. 3 o'clock your time, 6 o'clock my time. Yeah, I had to get my best suit ready. You know. I don't know where it is, man. No, but the main thing though for y'all though, just again, create your balance in life and make sure you find the right person that's going to help you create that balance and maintain it. You both got to be able to come together on all cylinders. And I'm catching up with the chat, and I see that y'all up in here laughing. For those who might catch this replay, you're gonna get a lot of this. You're gonna get a lot of this. Definitely gonna get a lot of this. When it comes to everybody else, and you know that already. You're gonna get a lot of this. You know, I know myself already. But this is just a whole and all good talking conversation today. Again, for some of y'all that don't need to keep going through the madness, just don't go through it. Learn to love yourself and make sure that the person you with loves you just as equal. With that being said, it's time for me to figure out L lunch, maybe L dinner. I don't know. Since I ain't seen no taco burritos. I think that's why I got my suit on now. Yeah, I like this one. I might keep this up at times. Who knows? Come in here like a distinguished eulogist. My bad. She said not the wife beater. Oh man, I ain't messing with you. I'm about to say, come as you are. But in the event I do have an issue, I probably have to come back down to the nether realms. Yeah, I'll come back down to the nether realms. But let me get up out of here. Definitely appreciate everybody that's been a part of the growth, still being a part of the growth. And we're gonna keep making things happen one way or another. Serious, don't be hating on my best. Don't be hating on my best Sunday outfit. Come on now. You see how I look, man? I'm out here spliffy. See? You know what? Before I leave up out of here, see the petty Maybe I should come outside just like this. You know. Maybe I should just come outside in my best dress just like this. Who knows? Might have to run down on side. I ain't messing with you, Tanya. Don't start your madness for real. Maybe just have to come outside like this, Feel like feel like a gangster. Oh, those taco burritos. No, I'm definitely not. You know this already. Come on now. Come on now. You know this already. Had a big appetite. My bad. Fine. Look, see all the tacos she done brought up right here in the burritos. Guess what? I share some with y'all. See, I ain't stingy, man. Throw some more tacos and burritos in the chat, man. Everybody gonna eat. But nah, let me get up out of here though. Definitely appreciate y'all. Again, I'll be back at 6. And I could be back with a discussion tonight. Panel will be open in case anybody want to chime in. Always a blessing to bring something to the people. And this is what we're gonna keep doing. Just gonna keep the vibes going. Again, you're gonna get a lot of this. You're gonna get a lot of this. Definitely gonna get a lot of this. You're gonna get a lot of this. Because some of it will definitely be a learning experience. As much as they try to say it's not, it is. But y'all go enjoy yourselves. I know some of y'all probably watching the game and stuff right now. And I definitely see y'all later on. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. Everybody that was in attendance today, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's all I'm gonna do is give you real topics and real bills. And I'll definitely see y'all later on. Yeah. Save a taco burrito for me. If you ain't do so, go check them shorts out. You know I'm about to start bugging out with more of them. Yeah. Get up out of here. Y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. Until next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.